So, one thing about playing music in a lot of genres, in metal especially, which is what I play, technology plays a big part in what we do. We're very reliant on the technology around us. The technology that goes into a guitar amp, the technology that goes into synthesizers and the microphones, into amplification in general. And sometimes losing that stuff can hurt. I mean, you could look as far as falling in reverse, and their laptops got stolen, and so they couldn't play shows because they relied on those laptops to make it work. And so their show hinged on those. And I'm not going to get into that controversy. I have opinions; they don't matter, especially not in this context. What I want to talk about though is this guy. This is the X-Vive U4 receiver. This is an in-ear monitor pack that connects with this guy over at the monitor mixer. So that transmits the signal to this. My headphones plug into here, go into my ear, and I can hear everything that's going on. And I use this thing for practice. I use this thing for shows. And this motherfucker let me down. Multiple times, sound would just cut out on me. What I kind of figured out is that it was the volume knob. It shorts out in a couple spots. One of those spots is right the volume I like to have my ears at. And so my vest would nudge it because it sits on the back of my belt. It would nudge it. I'd lose sound. And then I would have to fix it. And, nudge it, get it working again. Sometimes it'd be a little bit because my hands are full. I'm singing and I'm playing guitar. So there's a lot of spots where I can't just reach back and grab it real quick and fix it. And in no way, shape, or form is this condemnation of X-Vive or whatever's going on. I really do like this product. It's affordable. It's treating me well. This is the first time I've had issues with it. But it, really made me think about the fact of how much I do rely on this type of stuff. I was able to make it through the show. There are house speakers. I can hear the drums behind me over my ears. In fact, actually, a couple shows we've been playing, we don't even put the drums through the in-ear monitors, mainly because it's going to be a nightmare for the sound guys to be able to work that in. And you, as a band, you don't want to make the sound guy's life harder, because if you make his life harder, he's going to make you sound worse. It's just how it works. But this is something that needs to get addressed. And I know I talk a lot about redundancy. I talk a lot about, being prepared for things to fail. Be prepared for not being able to have redundancy. Because here's the thing. This is a couple $100 right here. If this guy goes out, I don't have the disposable funds to just have extras of these laying around. Especially because if I had extras of these, the other guys in the bands would be using them so that they have wireless as well, because it's liberating. And I mean, like a guitar amp. That's $1,000 fucking guitar amp right there. You're not just gonna have that just extras of those sitting around that are just as good. If you do, awesome. But a lot of us don't. And even if I had the disposable funds for it, I don't want to have a bunch of extra amps sitting around. They take up space. It's expensive, yo. So yeah, redundancy's great, but being prepared and being good enough at your craft that you can persevere through it is even better. I was able to make the show keep going, and where this was an annoyance. This was not a game breaker. And so, for those musicians out there, really hone your craft. Practice what you do. Get so good at your parts, at your songs, that you could play through them without hearing everything. Because, we get really used to being able to hear our own instruments. It's integral, realistically. Because, that's our way of knowing what we're doing. But get to a point where if you're a guitar player, you could play the entire set without hearing your own guitar. Or if you're a synth, or whoever, whatever else. It's hard. Do not get me wrong. It is fucking hard. It takes practice. That practice is worth it, though. Because there's going to be a night where you're not going to be able to hear. Where you're not going to have that feedback that you need. And you don't get to cancel the show because because the playing conditions aren't ideal. You got to persevere, and so you got to be on top of your game. So yeah, this is what I get to deal with next. Contact customer support. Hopefully, I did the warranty registration. Find out. Yeah. Lesson of the day: practice hard because at some point you're going to need it.